Okay, here we are back on site. Make sure that you use either like a mortar. Everything is ready to go, and we'll be ready for the wallboards. Of course, I forgot to turn the camera on, but okay, here we are back on site. Subfloor is completely down. Everything's screwed down. Show you the hole I got over here. Pretty good, pretty good. We continue with putting some 2x4s on the flat on this wall here. Get that all done. Client is actually going to change out this tub. I don't blame him. It's a little bit narrow on the inside. So if you're on the market for a plastic tub, I highly recommend you go to a showroom and try them out. He ordered it online without seeing it, and now he wants to change it. So I always recommend try things out before you order them. So the plumber's gonna come back, change that out, and then I'll be back here to finish. So for right now, I'm gonna finish the framing over here, and then go from there. Okay, here we are back on site. Client was not happy with the tub. It was kind of too narrow on the inside. I completely agree with the client on that. So they removed it. The plumber that he originally hired did not do a good job. So, you know, we seen what's going on here. He ripped out this section ply, which I have no idea. So I replaced that. And then we'll go from there. But anyway, today I'm back on site. I'm going to add a 2x4 over here. Something to nail the drywall to. Shave down that block that I installed so it's flush with the side pieces there. And then since this whole area is going to get tiled, they're going to tile roughly 4 feet around with the tile. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to check everything, my straight edge, prep it as best as possible before the wallboard goes up, get it flat, and then go from there. So that's where we are at. Of course, I forgot to turn the camera on, but I glued both sides of this. Now I'm putting a couple screws in to hold it in place, and then I'll nail it all. Okay, got all the 1/2 inch on, glued, and nailed on. I'm also going to do, which I really don't have to, but it doesn't hurt, is just put some blocking down low, just to help with any going in and out, because I am going to waterproof the whole floor, so I don't want this to deflect at all. So I'll just put some blocking down low where I can, and that will be good to go. So what I'm going to do actually on this wall is I'm going to use 5/8 drywall and 5/8 foam board, because the studs are more than 16 on center for the wall board. So anytime you have that, you definitely want to have, you know, bigger, thicker drywall. That way everything is nice and rock solid. Alrighty. Here we are back on site. I got all this. I got this wall bumped out using 1/2 inch plywood. All the studs glued and screwed on with Tapcons, and I glued and nailed with ring shank drywall nails to plywood. So 1/2 inch on that. Added some blocking, framed out this section here for the recessed medicine cabinet. All that's done. Fastened around the perimeter of the tub, putting all the fasteners in, making sure everything is rock solid, nothing's moving. Also grinding back the concrete here, the cement around the perimeter of that, so that's all ready to go. So as of right now, I'm pretty much ready to go for the insulation. So start hanging R30 in the ceiling. We got R15 for this back wall here, this exterior wall. So that's where we're at. Go from there. Okay, here we are back on site. Everything is pretty much prepped, ready for the wall board. I was able to remove the wood around this cutout section of the block wall here. And what I did, I shot my laser to get exact center from that drain to this opening here. So this recessed mirror will fit in exact center to that. I checked all the walls. I had to move the outlets up because we're going to be doing tile going around. The client doesn't want them within the tile layout, so I bumped them up here. I just got to staple those back on, those wires. It's also able to drill the tub out and fasten it to the studs using corrosion resistant screws and stainless steel washers. So the whole flange is fastened to the stud, so nothing is moving around, everything is rock solid. And the plumber will also set the tub in structure light, which it really gives it good support and allows it to not creak or move, and it's a really good thing to do. If you're doing it yourself or you're having a plumber install it, make sure that you use either like a mortar type mix, whatever the manufacturer recommends, or a lot of times I like to use structure light. And that, what that does is when it dries, it doesn't dry rock hard. They call it kind of soft setting. So that way it just works out better in the end. When you use some mortar that gets rock hard, that will still work, but structure light, like I said, it'll dry but doesn't get rock hard. Still stay a little bit soft, so if something's moving around, it'll kind of give a little bit. You won't get any squeaks or anything like that. So everything is prepped. I am just ready to start hanging drywall. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go give a once over through all the walls here and make sure I didn't miss anything. Make sure everything is ready to go. And then start hanging insulation in the ceiling first. And then I'm going to do this back wall. Obviously shove some insulation back over here. And then we'll be ready for the wall boards. There we go.